Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So today has been a manic day already and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. So I had a doctor's appointment for a further examination on my arm today, which doesn't seem to be going anywhere very fast. At the moment, I'm just waiting for a trauma specialist to contact me to go and see them to see where we can go with this, because obviously, as it stands at the moment, my left arm is still in quite a bad condition, and I'm trying to sort of start doing a little bit of light exercise, but it does ache after a very short period of time. But I will keep you updated on that one. So I had doctors at 8:55 in the morning, and at the same time, my son Carter has to be at school. So before that, I had to drop him round to a nursery that he used to go to when he was little. And the lady there that's quite good friends with Sophie, she has a daughter the same age, is in the same year as Carter at school. And she arranged for them both to walk together with the accompanying of an adult to the school. So that was handy. Our friend Maria, she took Carter to school today. That was very handy. Sophie couldn't do it because she's had to go into one of the restaurants because our manager is off on holiday. So she's covering the manager at the moment. And she had to be there at 7:30 this morning, because we had a very busy day planned for that one. And just after the doctor's appointment, I had to take the car of Sophie's, because when it was being brought over from the UK, the transport company that brought it over damaged the front bonnet. So it's being repaired today and being repainted, etc. But the problem was that's about 7 kilometres away from my house, and I can't get a taxi in the town that I live because they don't exist. There's a new business idea. So I had to then call one of Sophie's friends who come and pick me up, and then she dropped me off, and here I am right now. So it's been pretty hectic to start with. But today I just want to jump on and tell a few life hacks that I've found to be quite good. There's about 18 or 19 of them. I'm going to quickly dive into them now. Little life hacks for everyday life. The first one is don't belong where you don't belong. So don't be long in a place where you don't actually belong. I think pretty self-explanatory. I don't really need to go into that one. Never insult the cooking when you are a guest. So if you're around someone's house and they've taken the time and effort to cook you and prepare you a meal, never say that it isn't amazing, even if it isn't. One little life hack. Never eat the last piece of something that you didn't buy. So if there's a little piece of cake and you're sitting around a table, don't eat that last piece if you didn't buy the actual cake in the first place. Never make the first offer in a negotiation. Now, I found this with the television series Dragon's Den. The first person that always makes the offer, you're always better to be the last person, aren't you? Because you're going to see what other offers are on the table. If you want to invest into a business and you want the person displaying that business to choose you over one of the other 5 dragons or 4 dragons, the other 4 dragons, whatever it is, I think there's 5 in total, then you want to be the last person to the negotiating table, don't you? Because if someone offers, £100,000 for 20% of the company and you're quite happy to take 15%, your offer to that person is going to obviously be a lot more favourable, shall we say. So never make the first offer in a negotiation. That's a really, really good tip. And that is, I've used that on several occasions. Don't take credit for work that you didn't do. Promotion at work and stuff like that. Because generally, if it comes undone, you're going to look 10 times worse. If you're not invited, don't ask or beg to go. If you're not invited to a party, although that might be a little bit harsh, and sometimes, or you're not invited to an event or whatever it be, don't let it bother you, and certainly don't lower your standards to beg or ask to go. Keep your life private. Privacy is power. Now, never more to a point now. I mean, social media now, everyone's lives seem to be on social media. You get, if you go to the toilet, sometimes people put a post up that they're going, I can't talk, can I? I'm doing a YouTube video now. But privacy is power, and it's very true. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm using social media apart from YouTube less and less now. I've come off of Instagram. I haven't used X for 10 years. I very, very rarely use Facebook now. I share some memories, anything that's important I put up there, but very rarely use it now. My only social media now really is YouTube, which is why I'm here talking to you today. Let's get on to the next one. Never shake a hand sitting down. Now, I've always stood by this. If someone comes in and you're sitting down at a table waiting for them to join you for a coffee or a bite to eat or something, always stand up and shake the hand. And when you're standing up, make eye contact as well. A firm handshake as well if it's a gentleman. Obviously, if it's a lady, a little bit softer. But a firm handshake is a good sign of, we're good pals, that type of thing. Dress well no matter what the occasion. Now, you never know what's going to come around the corner, or you never know who you're going to meet or who you're going to talk to. So it's always nice to dress well and present yourself well, says he in a manky old t-shirt. Always carry cash. Now, that's a great, I mean, at the end of the day, you can always get caught out, can't you? We've gone over this on many occasions about credit cards and debit cards. If the system goes down or there's a problem with your card or a problem with a card terminal and you've paid for petrol or you've put the petrol in, how are you going to pay for it if you haven't got cash? But it's always handy to have a little bit of cash on you. I'm not talking about oceans amounts of cash. I'm talking about a little bit of money in your pocket to cover any essentials that you might come across during that day. Listen, nod, and most of all, make eye contact. Well, we covered eye contact just now, but make sure when someone's talking to you, you don't interrupt and over talk them. That's really, really annoying. And that also makes the person that you're talking to feel unimportant, and that's not nice. So always listen, keep eye contact with them, nod, and obviously keep your eye contact while they're talking. Show restraint in expressing anger, no matter what. Being angry is a waste of energy. Let people swearing and shouting, let them get on with it. Don't you get involved in it. If you can keep a calm manner. I mean, you go back to the original films like The Godfather. Not one time really, well, there's a couple of occasions, but not one time really does he ever raise his voice. He just sits there, listens to what's being said, and then puts a firm point across. It's just a nice little way of being as such. Whether it's dinner, drinks or both, avoid placing your phone on the dinner table. Now, I do that all the time, so that's one that I don't really live by, but I always have my phone there because obviously if it's on silent, I need it to light up when I can, if someone's trying to call me. I generally would have it on silent if we're out because I don't like to be interrupted with a phone call if it's not particularly important, So I'd like to have it on silent and then you can decide whether you're going to answer the phone or not. But don't have it on the dinner table, allegedly. Never pose with alcohol. It's not a good look. And I get that. I get why it makes you a higher person if you don't pose with alcohol. I mean, you see all the rappers, don't you, with their bottles of champagne and stuff. It doesn't look good. Proper grammar will get you far in life. Leave the foul language for the less educated. Yep, so people that are shout and swear all the time, it's not a good thing. I generally try to avoid any swearing on my channel whatsoever. Just a rule of thumb, really, because I also think that some children might be watching this, or if an adult's watching it, some children might be in the background. So it's not good to stand there swearing. A lot of channels do that. I try my best not to. Ask more than you answer. So always talk when you're talking to someone, ask about them more than pushing your life on them. So basically I think it's supposed to be like an 80-20. Obviously it can't work like that because if you're both 80-20, it doesn't work, does it? But if you're with someone, try to aim for 80% listen, 20% talking about your life and their life. Always make eye contact during negotiations. Well, we sort of pretty much covered that anyway. Thank you very much, guys. Only a quick video from me today. I hope everyone's fine. Start of a new week. I will post this up today, which being Monday. And I hope everyone has a safe and great week ahead. Thanks very much for joining me. Speak to you soon, guys.